Race Down Memory Lane, your go-to source for unbiased NASCAR news. We're your hosts, Lydia,
Cassandra,
and Vanessa Johnson.
So we are coming off of the Daytona 500, and it was a really good race, at least the last stage was.
Yeah,
quite a few wrecks. We'll get to that later. Kyle Busch won stage 1, and Blaney won stage 2, so they each get one chase point, or playoff point, that they're calling it. So, anyway, they'll become more important later in the season.
And then on the screen, the yellow names are people we either picked or predicted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is.
Yeah. And Hamlin won. It was a really good finish.
Kyle Busch didn't win.
Yes,
but not as good as
Right.
McDowell.
Yeah. That was pretty sad. Hamlin's not our favorite, but he's better than Kyle Busch. I would like to highlight Johnson. He somehow pulled out a 9th place finish after wrecking like 3 or 4 times.
Arguably
McDowell
the
in
most
fifth.
severe wreck as far as vehicle damage.
Right.
McDowell in 5th.
I'm gonna highlight. Yeah, well, Ryan
Still
Preece in
there.
8th squeaked by a lot of wrecks. There's no way. I mean, he got scraped up on a couple, but he made it through, which was
Right.
impressive.
Chastain
considering-
didn't get scraped up on any.
We'll get to that.
Outside the top 10, we have Elliott in 17th, Gahn in 23rd, Harvick in 26th, and Hemrick in 34th.
These are the important people.
Yes.
Except for Harvick. He's in there because somebody predicted him.
Yeah.
Alright, and then, so they showed this very helpful graphic on the little screen.
So we stole it.
There were only 3 cars running, or not running. There were more than
Who
3
weren't
cars running,
involved
but 3
in
cars
wrecks.
not involved in a wreck. Those were Hamlin, Busch, and Chastain. So it was a really good finish. I'm sure you can find highlights somewhere if you didn't watch it. If you didn't watch it, shame on you.
You did.
You do want to see it. And picks and predictions score. Lydia won. Bold.
Yeah.
Technically, we all tied
Hey, we
for
tied.
picks, 'cause we were picking
I
the
wonder
same.
why.
Picks don't matter.
Yep.
Well,
Only in our heads did it matter.
And it's also our cumulative score because it's the first race.
Yeah. I don't.
So basically, how we do that,
I'm just trying to think of anything else we need to say.
I'll talk a little bit about the race.
Okay.
But as far as the picks and predictions score, a little explanation for that. We just count the finishing position of the driver we predicted.
Right.
So I predicted Joey Logano. He finished 4th. I get 4 points. Lowest score at the end of the season wins.
Yep.
It's like golf.
Only more exciting.
Yeah. Okay, so what were some of the big... Well, there were a lot of big wrecks in the race.
I
Right.
cried because Edwards
You
and
did not
Bain
cry.
weren't there. Yeah, I did. It was fake crying, but it was crying nonetheless. Because Edwards wasn't there and Bain wasn't there.
So
And Labonte wasn't there for some reason. I don't know why I was crying.
Okay.
And Martin.
Vanessa! Stop talking about who wasn't there and talk
And
about
Gordon.
who was there. Gordon was there. Okay.
He was there, but he wasn't racing.
Alright. Moving on. Stage 1 was pretty exciting for the most part. We had our first wreck. Big major wreck. Toward the end of stage 1, right?
I thought it was stage 2. I'm not sure. It
was all a blur.
It was a very, very long
Stage
race.
2 I thought was pretty boring
Yeah.
overall. But stage 3 really erupted, obviously.
Stage 2, what I call the YouTube video interlude.
Okay.
What?
I'm confused.
That's the interlude where she just watches YouTube instead of the race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're useful in analysis, though. Way to
Yep.
encourage people to watch NASCAR. The
I'll
biggest
encourage
biggest wreck
people to watch
was how many laps to go? Was it 13?
I have no idea. I
It
think
was
it was 13.
toward the end of. I think it was about 13 to go. There was major wreck
Yep.
that took
what
out
happened
most
is
of the field.
Boyer tried to pass
Yeah.
McDowell, but I guess there was spotter miscommunication, and he came up too soon, which turned him up into, and he was like racing for 4th.
Byron and Elliott.
So that was the rest of the field got
Right.
caught up in it.
McDowell barely squeaked by. Johnson was too far back. Yeah, that's the wreck. What?
Nothing.
That's the wreck that took Byron out. He was doing such a good job. Would you cut it out? Anyway.
What am I supposed to
That was the
talk
biggest
about?
wreck. I don't know, what do you want to talk about? Something pertaining to this race, please. Not people who weren't here.
Okay.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think so.
This has been.
Really? That's it?
What?
Is that it?
Is what it?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
We might be.
Well, we were so emotionally invested in that race.
Yeah,
Except
I'm
for stage
exhausted.
2.
I have a major sugar crash.
Oh, well, we kind of mentioned... Jimmy Johnson had the worst damage.
Right.
He got hit in the left rear quarter
there
panel.
was a wreck on pit road.
Oh,
Entering
that
pit
was
road.
crazy.
That was scary.
That was
And it was
dangerous.
really good that people were not over the
Right.
wall yet, which was very scary.
If they had been, it would.
It could
There
have killed
was
somebody.
yeah.
That was not good. Anyway, so yeah, there was something happened and everybody slid into pit road and through the grass. And anyway, that was where Jimmy Johnson incurred damage to his left rear quarter panel, which took out the support for the gas entry, gas filler hose, whatever you want to call it. I should know this. And then they were able to fill him up, like the receptacle for the. My terminology is horrible. The receptacle for the actual gas can was not too terribly damaged, so they were able to fill him up with gas. But then he got a penalty because the gas can holder went and taped something or handed tape to somebody, and
Yeah.
when he shouldn't have. The gas can guy is not supposed to do
I
anything
don't
else.
get that rule.
I don't either. I
So
know
what
it's
if you can
rooted in
multitask?
safety, but
I know it.
my shoulder itches.
Girls.
Thank you.
I have. There are so many things I would change if I were.
We should do a video of things we should change in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Edward.
And NASCAR will change it just because we say so.
Yes.
Okay,
I
but
very
that,
much pull up in the higher ups.
that was a lot of damage for Johnson, and he ended up lasting until that last wreck that took out Byron and Elliott. Or was the one before it? I think it was the one
I don't
before it. Because
Fun
he got,
fact.
yeah, because Byron got through that one.
No, he wrecked on the green white checker wreck. So
Johnson?
he lasted until at least a green white checker. I'm not sure exactly.
It's all a blur.
There were a lot.
Anyway,
of wrecks.
Johnson did a great job
Yep.
staying on track. He did. He lasted beyond that. He got wrecked again, but he came back on track.
Mhm.
So,
Nobody wants to listen to my fun fact.
what's your fun fact?
On the 20th, it will have been 8 years since Spain has ever won a cup race.
Okay then.
That's only one.
That's not a fun fact.
Oh no.
It's a very sad fact. Okay, yeah, so that was the damage to Johnson's car.
Yep.
There were a lot of people that wrecked out though, so I guess he didn't have the worst damage. Logistically, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go Scott.
this has been Post-Daytona, Race Down Memory Lane, your
Your
go-to
go-to
source
source
for
for
unbiased
unbiased
NASCAR
NASCAR
news.
I need a therapist.
We will see you for Atlanta next time, and we're gonna get her some assistance. See ya.